Nope, I need to change the name. Whoops. Haha.
Crackers Investigative Industries. Gotcha.
It's just, you know, QII.
QII.
There we go. Information is updated. Sweet.
Yeah, we're live.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Put it up in the background.
Sweet. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and get started. Well, actually, no, that's right. Pardon. All right, we're going. Welcome everyone to Fowl Friends, a very entertaining D&D campaign. At least I think so. I am your DM, Luke Kimbrough. Welcome. And I have my players here. I have Roxanne, who plays Storm. I have
Hi.
AJ, who plays Dolf. I have Luke, that plays Tyler Trueshot. I have my lovely wife, Anna, who plays Lyra. And I have Deanna, that plays Iz. Why don't y'all go ahead and give your fun facts, starting with Storm.
Hi. So Storm's fun fact this week is that her favorite scent is pine trees. Did you want us to give our class and stuff again in this?
Yeah, that'd actually be good. Yeah, class, race.
Okay.
That'd be
All
great.
right. She is a Centaur fighter sorcerer.
Next up, we have Dolf.
I'm Dolf, your cool bro halfling order cleric. And fun fact about Dolf, he once got into a scrap with a squirrel. Doesn't want to talk about it. It wasn't a good time.
That is an excellent fun fact. Tyler, fun fact about you.
Hey, I'm Tyler Trueshot, and Tyler is a human ranger who is always on the pursuit of fame and glory, and has turned out to be, as we've kind of learned over the last few sessions, isn't always maybe the sharpest tool in the shed. Is what I'm learning about Tyler. But the fun fact I wanted to say was that, as someone who is obsessed with fame and glory, Tyler has some inner conflict about like joining the church, the Church of Quackers, and it's kind of it's a bit of an attention killer, and it's starting to wear on him that it's not a big famous thing. I think the redeeming part for Tyler is that I think Tyler kind of thinks that he's hoping that this is gonna blow up. He's kind of getting it at the ground level, and he might be able to be like the Joel Osteen of the Church of Quackers or something. That he will one day become like the mega church leader and so he's hoping that being an early adopter will actually help him in his pursuit of fame and glory.
Nice. Lyra, you're up.
I'm playing Lyra, who is a tiefling bard. And fun fact about Lyra is that she has never been kissed, and her greatest fear in life is that she will die alone.
That was heavy.
Yeah, that got real deep suddenly. All right. Starting off strong.
The
Great.
first one was saucy, and then it got real sad.
Well, next up is Iz.
So Isira, or is a wood elf rogue. And my fun fact this week is that aside from my wife, my second greatest love in this world is Goodberry Jam.
Wait, Iz has a wife?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
I
Iz
guess
is
that's
married?
another fun fact. Yep, Iz is
That's
married.
the real fun fact.
You just,
Goodberry Jam centered, but
have you just abandoned your family? Like,
no, she's fine. She's good. She makes jam, by the way.
Oh my
Very
God.
independent wife.
Oh, well, wonderful. Oh, that's great. All right, well, today we start off real strong as we're gonna hop right
did you
in.
skip Dolf?
What?
You skipped Dolf.
Did I?
No.
No, I didn't skip.
Did you go? And I
Yeah, I
forgot.
did. I fought a squirrel. That's
Oh,
why.
that's right. That's right.
Yes. That's right. Boom. Okay.
The whole wife comment just really threw me. I'm just trying to figure out where his wife is.
All right. Let me
It's a
pull.
long distance relationship.
She's good. Yeah, long distance. We're good. They pop in every once in a while.
Perfect. All right.
Ooh.
So, we're gonna start right off with picking it up where we left off. We have Tyler Trueshot outside of the the museum, where y'all have been investigating the theft of a very large tapestry. Seemed quite magical and bizarre how it happened. You still looking for the thieves who have stolen multiple other things. But you gathered some information last time as you learned from Benny, one of the guards at the museum, who had a slight stutter, that someone was seen flying away. Just straight up Superman style, flying off towards the mountains to the northeast.
Just so you know, Luke, it on the stream it's not really showing everything.
Oh, is it not?
Like
Okay.
everyone is a dark screen.
Dang it. All right. Well, I'll just stay here.
Okay, there where it shows us, but it doesn't show the map.
That's what I was afraid of.
That's weird. I don't know why it would.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Well, we'll figure that out. I might just pull up the map when it comes to it. So, hang on. All the fun things you gotta always figure out.
One day we'll get this right.
One day. This it.
Yeah, the presentation screen is just showing you're presenting to everyone.
Okay, perfect. I figured it out. I'll just switch it over to when the fight's happening. We won't be able to see y'all, but we'll be able to see the map. But for now, perfect. Well, we have y'all are still inside us. We have Tyler, who has just gone outside. We have Iz, who is kind of with Tyler, still inside. And we have the rest of y'all who were in the tapestry room. I think you were still talking with Benny, still looking at the room to kind of figure out maybe something else. But last we left off, Tyler had just walked outside to the scene where two bears had escaped from a traveling circus and were charging towards people. So, Tyler, I need you to roll for initiative.
Okay, I do have a question here. Is now Lyra's words have rung through my ears. as she once asked me, "How did you know the bears were evil?" And I would just like, if the DM will allow it, I would like to roll for perception just to see if I can see if these are potentially very obviously very unthreatening friendly bears that I'm about to needlessly slay.
So
okay?
now he has a conscience.
I mean, I was commissioned to kill the first set of bears. These bears just sprung up out of nowhere.
It's character growth.
Is it because they're not in a cave, harmless, asleep?
These are surprise bears.
We'd
These are
love to see that
surprise-
character
The
growth.
fact that they're not in a cave is peculiar, and I feel like justifies a perception roll. Luke, you're muted. May I?
Yeah, no, I was just waiting for y'all to talk that through. Yeah, you can absolutely go ahead and roll insight for me.
Insight?
Yes.
I got a 14.
With that, with your knowledge of bears that you have, this extensive knowledge of bears that you have at your disposal, you are able to tell that these bears are more scared. They're not necessarily like trying to kill people, but they are lashing out at anyone who comes too close, and they're just trying to figure out where they are. They're in the middle of a city where they don't want to be, and they finally have freedom from this circus. So they're not evil. They're just scared.
Okay.
And so
Are
they're lashing out.
Are they wearing anything that indicates that they are circus bears, or like, do I know they're circus bears, or do I just see two bears running through? You know what I mean?
Well, when we left off last time, you heard someone yelling, "The bears have escaped!" And you see the bears running from a large tent that is over.
Is it the green tent or the white
Yeah,
tent?
the green thing. That is the big tent.
Okay.
So, so you see them kind of run. You can kind of see the bears over there. They are just kind of running away. They, at this moment, are kind of running around, and there's a lot of people around that are kind of rushing around, kind of getting away from the bears, but no one seems to be kind of going towards them to try and capture them. But you can kind of see they're both wearing kind of some basic harnesses.
Okay, they do.
Yes, they do have harnesses on.
Okay. Okay, I'll roll initiative, I guess.
Perfect.
Initiative is 10.
10. Solid. Well, that's good. Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you hear the ruckus going on outside.
You got it. Roll a 12. That's not my best.
Yeah, you kind of hear something, but you're not like, it's kind of just sounds like more background noise of people just talking in the museum. So you're not exactly sure what's going on.
But I did notice that Tyler went off somewhere.
Yeah, you know he walked out the front door, but you're not really sure what's happening out there.
Okay. Can I send my owl Casper out the door and just tell him to look for Tyler and report back to me?
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll say I'll let you know whenever he gets out there and what he sees. But to go ahead and start off, we will pick it up with Tyler. Do you see yourself on the map? You are.
No.
You are down.
I'm supposed to.
Do you see this figure that's moving around?
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, he's a little guy. There he is.
Yes, he's very small. Apologies. But that is you.
Okay.
And all the people that are inside the walls, those are the rest of you. It's just y'all are inside. But if y'all manage to get out inside in time, there's your figurines.
Okay.
All right, and Tyler, we start off with you. You are the top of the order.
Oh, I did. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to yell, "Fear not, everyone, for Tyler Trueshot is on the case." And I'm going to run straight for the closest bear. And can I attempt to mount the bear via its harness?
Well, let's see. You can get to about there.
Okay.
So you can't quite do it at this time.
Okay, fair. Okay, so then, let me, I'm trying to decide if I should shoot or not. I will not shoot. I'm going to run up and I'm going to just run. And can I like ready an action to attempt to mount the bear if it gets close enough or something? I mean, I do have the giant killing feat or whatever that allows me to, if it attacks me, to return an attack as a reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say you can absolutely use that. Since you have that ability, you can use your reaction to attempt to mount the bear. And you always have the option of doing non-lethal damage with your attacks. Not with ranged attacks, though. Only melee.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, sweet.
All right, sweet. All right. Go ahead and move yourself to where you will wish to be. And then it is the bear's turn. See. All right.
Lyra,
Yeah.
this may not work, but if you had us like in an additional window that was on top of Roll20, I think you could do both.
Aha! Maybe. Hang on. I might be able to work this out. All right. I believe I will manage to do just that. Just have to kind of negotiate some things around. Boom. I think it's working.
Well, now Roll20 is showing up multiple times. Oh, yeah, stop presenting.
Ah, gotcha. Apologies for the weird stuff. Well,
Okay.
Is anyone else getting an echo from?
hang on.
Hello.
Mine's muted right now, but I am trying to disable the audio on Roll20 because mine's coming through both at the moment.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's probably good. One day, Luke, I will sit with you, and we can figure out how to do this.
I know. Okay.
We'll streamline it. We're going to streamline it.
Yes, I think the issue is with Roll20 as well. I go in ahead and I disabled all my sound and receiving on that end, but so it's kind of weird in the settings where it is. So apologies to all the live viewers for the technical difficulties. So yes.
How do I turn off my thing in Roll20? I don't see it.
Go to the gear.
Okay.
Scroll down to game settings.
Okay.
And then it'll be down to video and chat options, and I want to broadcast to others. There'll be 2 drop downs. I want to receive from others all the way at the bottom. And you'll have to click nothing and nothing.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. Am I coming through Roll20 anymore, or am I good?
I don't see your little thing
It's not
blinking,
lighting
so I
up.
think you're okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Luke,
Yes.
on Twitch, the Roll20 screen is covering faces.
Gotcha.
Specifically, it's covering your wife's face.
Aha. Well, let's just go ahead and cover mine then, because mine's less important. Sweet. All right, I think we got it figured out. All the weird things.
Could you? Never mind. Forget it. We'll figure it out a different day.
we'll streamline it one day.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Oh, yes. Anyways, we're gonna get this done. I think. All right, so does everyone no longer have that echoey sound?
Yeah.
Mhm,
We're
we're
good.
good.
Sweet.
I think we're all
Alright.
good.
Definitely think it was the something to do with Roll20.
Mhm.
So,
Hey, Luke, I think yours is still connected to Roll20.
shouldn't be. I made sure to shut it off entirely.
I don't
No,
see
Tyler, Luke.
Oh, that time.
Lukey.
What about me? What?
Did you go in and disable your stuff in Roll20? Because your name is still having a blue bar light over it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, disabled receiving. I haven't. Okay, I'll do that. Sorry.
Not a problem. There we go. Getting things figured out. Slow but steady process. All right. Thank you, everyone, for dealing with us in these delays. Sweet. Okay, so we pick up with the bear. Bear number 1, this one right here. He is, he's got enough movement to get to you, so that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna charge at you, and he's going to,
Oh boy.
yeah, they're gonna make, it's gonna make 2 attacks. So let's see. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. What's your armor class again?
My AC is 15.
Okay, both hit.
Okay.
Now, Tyler, you are going to be taking 12, 13. That's going to be 25 points of damage from this bear.
Awesome.
And you may now, as a reaction, attempt to mount it.
Excellent.
But I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check, whichever one you wish.
Sure. They are the same. And that is a 14.
14. All right. The bear's going to make a competing strength check to try and prevent you. And rolled a nat 1. So you managed to mount it perfectly, no problems. And since that was holding your action, you are now on top of this bear. When we come back to your turn, you'll be able to continue to do things while on top of this bear.
Wonderful.
The other bear is seeing that you're kind of on top of it, is going to kind of make a haphazard swipe, just one attack with its claw. We'll see how that goes. And it has disadvantage in hitting you because you're on top of another bear. And it failed. It missed. It didn't want to. It tried not to hit the other bear and just kind of missed you entirely. So, now at this point is your owl sees this and reports back to you. So you are now aware that Tyler Trueshot is fighting 2 bears out in the courtyard.
Okay, well then everyone else in their heads just hears, uh-oh.
What are the rest of y'all's reactions to hearing uh-oh?
Storm immediately is going to say, "What did Tyler do?"
Well, you see, you're not gonna believe this, but Casper told me that there's some bears that Tyler's riding out front right now.
Real bears?
Yup.
Like not some teddy bear that he stole from a child?
Nope, real bears, and I'm gonna start walking down the stairs even quicker.
Yeah,
All
Storm
right.
at this point is headed outside.
All right, the way it's gonna
Yeah,
work.
Lyra's definitely headed outside, but not because she believes that he's actually fighting bears. She just needs to know what is going on, that could be the interpretation.
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect. All right. So is for you. You will get in. You will be managed to get outside. Start of next round.
Okay, so do you want me to roll initiative too?
Yes. Go ahead and do that. And
Okay.
the rest of you will get out 2 rounds from now. So this round and the next one. After those 2, you will manage to get outside and
Okay.
see the chaos that has ensued.
16 is my initiative.
All right. Perfect. Well, we'll get to the rest of y'all in a moment. So, Tyler, it is your turn. You are on top of a bear. What do you do?
Tyler is living his best life right now. Saying things like, I was born for this. And he pulls his, can I, okay, let me run something by you here. I have rope on me. May I attempt to secure the rope to the harness of the bear I'm currently riding?
Yes. I'm going to need you to make a sleight of hand check, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
A dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. You managed to rope it through. You find a few buckles and loops that could easily fit rope through, and you managed to kind of bring this rope through no problem. So
Wonderful.
you now have rope tied through the harness on this bear. What do you do?
May I try to, because the other bear is directly next to me, may I attempt to jump onto the second bear?
Yes. You're going to make the same acrobatics or athletics check, but this time at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, so with disadvantage, that is a 16.
Oh my. You know what? Yeah, no, you managed to do it. No problem. You loop this rope through this one bear. I assume you're holding on to the rope as you jump?
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
So yeah. So you won't be able to get the rope through this bear's harness this turn, but you do manage to hop onto the back of the other bear.
Wonderful. Okay.
It's too bad that none of the people that believe that he fought bears are seeing this.
All right, well, it is bear number 1's turn, and it is now going to attempt to bite at you. It failed miserably, and the other bear is going to attempt to knock you off, so I need you to make a strength check. You and this bear making competing strength checks.
That's a saving throw, right? That's how that works?
No, just a check, not the saving
Okay.
throw.
Oh, that's a 4.
All right. Well, it manages to kind of buck up and like stand on its hind legs, and you don't quite manage to grab a hold onto anything, and you fall off. But that is the bear's whole turn. So now we pick up with Iz. You have now at the top of the initiative order. You have come out onto the courtyard area. I'll move your little character here.
Oh, there I am.
And you see Tyler having been knocked prone by being knocked off this bear, but you still have the rope that's attached to the other bear in your hand. So what do you do?
So I just see him between two bears, holding on by a rope. Okay. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is going to sound really bad, but this is all about making this spicier. She's going to immediately cast Mage Hand and like give the bear he's holding on to a nice spank on the bottom.
All right, you do that. Okay. As a reaction to that, the bear does move forward a little bit.
Oh God!
So Tyler, do you hold on to the rope?
Of course I do.
All right. This bear kind of turns and continues on, dragging you with it. Just barely behind. It doesn't move far, as this is just a reaction, but there we go. So, but you do get dragged, so you're now on your stomach, holding on to this rope that's attached to this bear. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I don't know if this is like a bonus action or whatever, but I would like to communicate to my other companions, oh, this is going to be fun.
Perfect.
I mean, Luke, Tyler could hear this too. It's not like it's a three-way call. It's fun.
To which Tyler responds with, very fun indeed.
Lyra is in like a cold sweat. Like absolutely terrified of what she's about to find.
That's it.
Oh, perfect. All right, Tyler, you are up. So this bear is actively moving, so you are actively being dragged by this. What do you want to do?
Man, what do I want to do? I guess. Can I? The bear is actively moving away from me, and I'm being dragged by it.
Correct.
Can I attempt to essentially reel myself in onto the back of the bear, if that makes sense? Like pull on the rope to mount it?
Yes, you can. I just need a straight. Well, you could use athletics for this. You can use athletics for this, as you try to pull yourself.
21.
21. Perfect. You managed to pull yourself back onto the top of this bear.
Yes.
And if you want, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Okay. Uh, 16.
All right, yeah, that'll do it. You now are in control of the bear's movements. Not necessarily its attacks or anything, but you can now direct the direction the bear moves in.
Wonderful. Okay. But my turn's over?
Yes, with that, there's not much else you could do.
Okay.
Can
I, just out of curiosity, from where I currently am, that tent over there, the green tent?
Yes.
Is it like, does it have an open side facing me or something? Like, can I see inside of it? Like, is that where the bears are supposed to be?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure. That is a 16.
Yeah, that's a 16 tonight.
I'm
Yeah,
rolling.
with that, you're able to kind of see that that looks kind of like where a lot of other animals are being held. You actually do see another bear that is being restrained and that did not manage to escape in there, along with some other just animal masters who are clearly meant to be like the trainers of these animals that are like kind of in chaos. You do see some starting to move towards the mouth of this tent.
Okay.
So yes, it is now that bear's turn, and you can direct its movements. So this is essentially you get to choose the movement of this bear.
Wonderful. I would like to direct the bear towards. Is there a door on that south side of that tent there?
It's just open face. Yes, so there is a opening there.
Yeah, an opening. I would like to steer the bear towards the tent.
All right. You managed to do just that. So with that, you managed to.
Oh, he's a fast boy.
Oh yeah, he fast. So you managed to get literally right inside the mouth of this tent. And when it gets in, you do see some of the trainers kind of try to throw some ropes and stuff over the back of the bear to try and subdue it.
Cool.
So that's that turn. And it is now the other bears. What was that?
I come in with the bear. As I come in riding the bear, I say, "Did you lose something?" As I bring the bear in.
Perfect. All right, and then is the next bear's turn. This bear sees and sees that she is out in the open and can easily get to her. So it's going to charge forth, and it's going to make 2 attacks against you, one with its bite and one with its claws.
Okay, I'm gonna uncanny dodge, by the way.
Perfect. So it has disadvantage against you, right?
I take half damage.
Half damage. Perfect. What is your armor class?
15.
Neither one of those hit. It tries to bite at you, and you kind of step out of the way, and then it takes its claw to swipe at you. And you manage to duck down just in time, and you are unharmed.
Aww.
So now at this point, the rest of y'all come right outside. However you would like to order yourselves. And you see a bear currently fighting and you also see, just kind of off in the distance, Tyler Trueshot on the back of a bear riding it into a large tent.
So crazy.
Go ahead and
They weren't joking.
roll some initiative for y'all.
Okay. I'm rolling with a big fat 2.
Nice.
I got a 17.
17. All right, and Lyra?
I have a 10.
10. What's your dex?
+2.
Tyler, what is your dex?
Lost the mute button. My dex of 4.
Gotcha. All right, so Lyra, you go after Tyler.
You love to see those negative dex modifiers.
Yikes.
Woo!
Dex
All right.
and Con can never be your dump stats, dude.
Yeah, that's why it's dex and intelligence.
All right. So with that, at the top of the order, we have Storm.
All right, Storm is going to see all of this happening and immediately cast Firebolt centered on the bear fighting Is.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. 12, 16 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 7, 8. Okay, so just 8 points of damage.
All right. You singe its fur, good deal, and it roars back, and it seems very upset by that.
And Storm has 2 attacks per action, so can she cast that again?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. All right, that one was a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. I dropped my dice. Oh no.
Oh no.
I got it. Okay. So that one was a 15 points of damage.
Ooh.
Much better.
All right, you singe this thing real bad, and it kind of yells out in pain, just huge roar in pain, and it seems very upset and very unhappy and angry. It is now your turn.
Okay, seeing this is very upsetting to me. So I'm going to use my action to give the bear in front of me a little spank to get him moving away.
A real spank?
It's like a bump on the rear to like go that way, like leave. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to move the hand. How far away is the other bear? That's like kind of still caged up.
From you, it is the one that Tyler's riding, or the one that is actively still being restrained.
Oh, I thought there was a third one that was caged up.
It's like it's in the tent up here. It's like there's like attendants holding it with ropes.
Can I see the bear that Tyler's holding?
Give me a yeah, you would be able to see it still, since it's just in the mouth. You'd be able to the mouth of this tent. You'd be able to see it.
Can I use Mage Hand to grab the rope?
This is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna need you a sleight of hand check to attempt to do that.
She's good at that.
Yeah. And Tyler, are you gonna let this mage hand try and take the ropes from you?
I don't think so.
I don't think he could see it. It's invisible when I cast it.
Oh, that's right.
I can make it invisible when I cast it.
But I would say that I am gripping those ropes pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say you sleight of hand to grab it, but that does not necessarily mean you'll be able to yank it.
Okay.
Especially since you already
necessarily need to yank it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I will say, if you're planning on trying to steer the bear away, I believe Mage Hand only has a weight limit of 15 pounds, and I'm very certain Tyler Trueshot can inflict much more than 15 pounds of pressure against something.
I'm pretty sure the bear can also inflict more force than 15 pounds.
Also true.
Then I think what I'm going to do with it is flip Tyler's cape over his head.
All right, go ahead and give me that sleight of hand check.
See if I got a 27 to see if it distracts him.
So Tyler, you now have your hood over. How is like the hood is over your head. So the next thing you try to do will probably be with disadvantage unless you try to take that off first.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait, what did the first bear do when I spanked it?
When you spanked it, it kind of like roared, it freaked out, and considering how much damage it did take, it is going to run off.
Oh boy.
So it's gonna
be free. I'm gonna yell that as is. I'm yelling, be free.
It does run off that direction. So, Tyler, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So the animal handlers have started trying to take this bear, right?
They've thrown ropes over it, so they're like starting to like kind of cinch down as best they can to keep it restrained.
So do you think it is restrained? Like, I want to know if I need to keep helping them or if they've got it and I can leave. I don't know.
Well, I'll
But
say
also I have a cape on my head, so I don't know.
yeah. If you do want to figure that out, it'll be basically a perception check at disadvantage until you try and take your hood off.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just use my action to take my hood off and keep hanging on, I guess.
Good idea. Perfect. Well, it is now Lyra's turn. Lyra, what do you do?
This is Lyra's face right now. Like, okay. So can I see? Sorry, I zoomed in to be able to see my figure, and now I have to zoom out and see where. Do I see Tyler on a bear in the distance?
Yes.
Does he look like he's struggling?
Tyler, are you struggling?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm mounted a bear.
Yeah,
and I'm securely on the bear, and then there's people trying to get a hold of this bear. I think you see my back on the back of a bear, so I'm not sure.
I think I'm more concerned about this bear that just got smacked and is now heading off into a city full of people that it could potentially kill. So let's see. I need to move. Am I the red person down here? Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just gonna move up here so I'm within 30 feet of the bear.
All right.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the bear.
All right.
And the bear needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Unless it has an intelligence score of 4 or less.
Yes. If it has, so what happens if it has intelligence score of 4 or less? Does it just automatically succeed?
It's not affected.
You cast this spell. You feel the energy and you move the right ways. And you say the words. You cast this spell. Nothing happens.
Cool. Yeah, I was just trying to make it because that's the only thing I have that can make it stop without hurting it.
Makes sense.
And I was trying to not hurt him, but I think that was.
Yeah, it has an intelligence of 2.
Yeah.
So that does not quite work.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Cool. Well, bear number 1 is going to attempt to break out from the ropes that are restraining it. So it'll do so. It fails, and it is now restrained by the ropes holding it down. And Tyler, you are able to tell that this bear is no longer going anywhere. It is fully restrained. Bear number 2 already took its movement after you slapped it, but it is going to do its best to get away, using its action to continue to run off. So let's see. It'll get to there. So that's its turn. Dolf, what you doing?
Bears are so quick.
They are.
Dolf is so confused. Dolf is looking at Lyra and Tyler, and everyone is like, "What are we? What are we doing? Do I get that? What What am I?
Stop the bear.
Oh, okay. Me and my
Go hit the bear. Dolf.
me and my little. Oh my god, it's so far away. Me and my little small legs just starts. I get like all I can do is dash. Really. Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not gonna get very far. I'm just gonna dash to where towards this bear, I guess. And I am also going to, because you got hit, right, Tyler?
I did. Yeah.
All right, cool. As I run past on my way to past the tent, I just kind of like look at Tyler and just be like, "May the power of quackers heal you," and then cast healing word.
Ooh, that felt good.
Yeah, I will roll my dice when I figure out what the dice is. Just like before. It's not crazy, but you didn't get crazy hurt, did you?
Again, a bear slash, 25 points of damage.
Oh, that's a lot more. I mean, I guess I'll cast it as level 2 then. So that's 6. 7. You get 7 health back.
Thank you.
It's better than nothing.
True.
I appreciate it quite a lot.
But yeah, that's all I can do. I have a very slow speed.
Indeed.
I am the slowest and less dexterous of everybody. So.
All right. Well, we are back to the top then with Storm. You are muted, just so you know.
I did not know. Storm is going to move her full distance to about here. And then she's going to cast Chaos Bolt centered on this bear.
All right. Sweet.
So. Oh, okay. So I don't think do I need to roll? Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if you had to do a save or I had to roll.
Gotcha.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So it is going to take 14 of what kind of damage? 14 poison damage.
All right. So you cast this chaos bolt, and it connects square into the back of this bear as it's running off for its life. And it hits, and it just lets loose this guttural roar as it kind of just like its breath turns green as this poison just hits it and kills it. And this bear collapses dead on the ground in front of you.
Tyler says, "Nice shot, Storm." Very excited.
Can Storm, but she still has a second action. With that, instead of taking another action, can I use her movement again?
Sure, I'll let you do that.
All right, I'm just gonna like join Tyler at the tent.
Gotcha.
So I'm there if shit hits the fan.
Gotcha. Well, at this point, we are now officially out of initiative. As one bear is restrained and one is dead. So, the people inside the tent that are part of this very small traveling circus, after restraining the bear that Tyler brought to them, are just like applauding Tyler, saying how impressive of a display that was. They're just ecstatic that you managed to ride this bear right to them so that they were able to keep this bear from escaping and losing assets. But they quickly discover that one of the bears is now dead. One of their bears that they worked hard to train and capture and train and get there is now gone. And they're very upset. Though since all of them were in the tent focusing on this one bear, they aren't sure who killed that bear.
In Storm's mind, she's going to say, Dolf, are you able to do anything about that?
What?
Is this just sharing and
Or
shock?
the dead bear situation. Can you fix that?
All right. I'm gonna. God, I can't believe I'm about to. All right, I'm gonna go over to the bear, and I'm going to use Revivify.
Storm's quickly going to add tie it up first.
No!
Uh,
I don't fully understand what Revivify does.
so it brings it like as long as I can get to it as fast as possible is basically like a defibrillator, essentially, and it brings it back to life.
Wow.
All
okay.
right. So do you tie this bear up first?
Do I even
You should have
any-
rope.
I don't know if I do. Hold on. I don't have rope because I have a priest pack. I don't have an adventurer's pack.
Do you tell anyone that in your brain?
I'm just like, question. Can hold person hold this bear down?
Storm's going to hear him think that, and then she's going to walk towards the bear and Dolph and hand him a rope.
Cool. All right. Tying this bear down as well as I can.
Gotcha. All right, and then you cast Revivify.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I
With
just sit
that,
sadly down on the stairs.
this bear kind of gurgles to life a little bit as its like breath is still kind of noxious and poisonous after being hit with that chaos bolt. But it does come back, albeit very weak and tied down.
I'm petting it, and I'm also going to using my Mark of Hospitality spells, I'm going to cast Good Berry and feed it some berries while I'm petting it.
All right. Go ahead and give me a animal handling check with advantage.
This bear shall be mine. With advantage. All right. That is a what do I have? Animal handling. Oh, that's a 21.
Perfect. All right. So you create good berries. You create these berries, and this bear, like, very weakly looks up at you, but sees that you're very soothing. You're very calming, and you are giving it berries, and it eats a little bit that it can in its weakened state. But it kind of just gives like a small growl, but like not a scared one, more like a calm one, like as if it's content as it can be, given the fact that it just died and was brought back to life.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
So Lyra is still at the tent and watching this happen. And she's now seeing that the bear is indeed alive again, goes, by the grace of Lord Quackers, the bear has been revived. He has blessed us this day with his good work.
I'm gonna stand up and walk over and like also try to pet the bear and just like gently whisper in its ear, "I will free you."
And as I make this announcement,
As I'm also whispering,
I'm casting thaumaturgy so that there's the sound of like a loud like duck quack.
Quack!
Quack, quack.
Yes. Like Lord Quackers has deemed to bless this bear with life yet again.
Incredible.
When you do that, you actually do, all of you hear in your minds a quack from Lord Quackers and then say, "Yes! Proclaim me!" And then that's all you hear from that. But the crowd that was running away has gathered and sees this crazy thing that happened, and they're applauding all of you. And in fact, the tent master for this circus, he comes out and he sees that his bear is back alive, and he breathes easier. It's just a tall, elven man that just he's wearing like the big old coat and frock and everything, but he seems very relaxed now that he sees his bear's alive still. He turns to all of you, but mainly addresses Tyler, as Tyler was the one that he seen that was the most impressive out of all of you.
I brought a bear back to life.
No, that was Lord Quackers.
With Lord Quacker's help,
With his blessing of his holiness.
I started handing out pamphlets in the tent, be like, "Don't forget this day. Lord Quackers is here with us."
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, in that all the people that take them are like actually seem very intrigued and they seem very curious. They're like, this seems good. What you've done today is incredible. I'll certainly, yeah, thank you. I'll definitely look into this. And they kind of like they take it and they like gingerly fold it and kind of put it in their jacket pocket, which is the best reception you've gotten to handing out flyers yet.
Oh, yeah.
I just love the idea that the more followers that Lord Quackers get is when we should be leveling up our warlock.
Do I see this guy put a pamphlet in his jacket
Yes.
or coat or whatever? Okay, I'm going to, in his mind, go
Doing?
quack.
All right. So what are you casting to say that in his mind?
Well, we have that ability.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
have
right,
that
yeah.
It's any creature within 30 feet.
That's
You
right.
can
That is
technically.
Mm.
Oh.
Perfect.
It's just a quack.
Yeah, that's literally. Yep. It's like a quack of approval.
This person just kind of says, "Oh," and they kind of like bow their head to nothing really, but like as sort of reverence in that moment. But the Tin Master comes up to Tyler, and he bows low and deep, and he says, "My name is Talansken Rin. I am the tent master of this circus, and you have saved my bears from escaping and certain death, though very much help from your friend here," gesturing to Dolf. "Thank you for your services. Please allow me to repay you for your efforts and bravery." And he actually kind of in his jacket pocket, he pulls out a small pouch, and you recognize the jingle of coin, and he hands it to you. Do you take it?
I have it in my hand furiously.
We all see this gesture, right?
I'll say, I cannot accept this on my behalf, but on the behalf of Lord Quackers, I will accept a donation to the Temple of Lord Quackers. And
We'll take it.
receive the bag of coin.
All right, you are now 100 gold richer.
Hey, community money. We now have 100 gold and I think 21 copper pieces.
Yeah, y'all don't have a whole lot, but now you've got some now. So, Talonskin, he bows low and he says, I am indebted to the Temple of Lord Quackers, as you all have proved, just so beneficial for my circus. Please, if you ever wish to come to the circus, we'll be having a grand celebration tonight in your honor. We will show you the best we can do, and all the talents that my crew have. You all are most welcome to come. Though he kind of like gives a very weird eye, kind of looks at Storm a little weird, considering Storm did kill the bear. But the bear's okay. Yeah,
He doesn't know that.
no, that's right. He's like, he's just kind of like, he's still kind of weird. He knows one of you did kill it, but it's back now, so he's content. So he bows low and he hands you all basically tickets to tonight's performance, if y'all wish to go. He says, no pressure. If you are all busy doing the great Lord Quacker's bidding, I completely understand, but we would love to have you, and the presence of Lord Quacker's acolytes would bless us dearly.
I immediately take the tickets. Like, immediately.
Perfect. He bows.
I'll see you there.
He bows low and deep, and then kind of turns to the rest of the crew that are like putting the bears back. The bears seem calm now. They're not nearly as agitated, and especially the bear that was just revivified. It still seems very groggy and tired. So, but yeah, what do y'all do next?
Storm's gonna go up to Dolf and kind of like lean down and whisper, I didn't know if you could really do that. Good job, man.
I panicked. That was a panic.
It was a good panic. It was impressive.
But I don't know. I don't know if I can keep on doing that a lot. Let's try not to kill more bears that we're not supposed to kill.
Yes, please don't kill any more bears. That was very sad.
Well, don't send bears off into the crowd of people, Is.
Listen.
Oh no, she's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Bears are up to. Oh no.
Oh, okay, she's back.
Okay, yes, there we go. You're working.
Am I? Okay. I said, oh, no. There we go. I think I knocked a wire loose on my HDMI cable. Sorry. I'm just so passionate about the bears.
So what was
they don't deserve to be held in captivity.
She wants to free the bears.
Yeah, that's...
Free the bears in the woods where they live, not in the city with thousands of innocent lives at stake.
You free the bear and then guide it to the woods.
I'm slapping it on the rear is not guiding.
None of you saw that, for the record. To be fair, all you saw was me standing on the stairs and screaming, "Be free!"
Okay.
Lyra, remember when you told me to go check outside for bears? I found them.
Way to go, buddy! You did it.
Storm's gonna.
So if you really think about it, this is all Lyra's fault.
Storm's gonna go up to Tyler and say, "You know, I'm rather impressed that you didn't shoot to kill."
Thank you. I decided to give it a second thought this time. However, I have to admit, I've never seen a city bear, so I was a little bit suspicious.
Those city bears, those are the ones you have to watch out for. The cave ones are okay. The city bears. Ooh.
Gotta say, bear riding is every bit as fun as bear killing. I might consider doing that more in the future. We'll just see. We'll see.
Perhaps a sport.
Is this just looking very intently at the circus tickets?
All right. So I probably have like 5 good berry left, and I'm gonna give them to Tyler so he could heal.
Yummy. They each
give you 1 HP.
Okay.
So
5
you
of
get
them,
5
you
each. Yeah.
Thanks, Dolf.
Oh, God. Did not expect to actually be bears out here. But everything's chill. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we got 100 gold out of it, y'all. And maybe potential followers to Lord Quackers.
I don't know. I feel powerful already.
And you never know when you could use the allegiance of a circus ringmaster. That could come in handy.
He does have access to bears.
We have spread the good word of Lord Quackers today.
So, shall we attend the circus tonight, or?
I mean,
Yes.
what time is it right now? Like,
At this point, it's like 5, 6 o'clock ish, and the ringmaster said that the performance would begin at 8.
okay. So is there somewhere else that we need to go before we go to the circus?
My thinking here is that we need to figure out where the races are and when. So we need to find somebody we know is involved in the races and willing to talk about them.
I mean, hopefully, maybe there's rich people that are interested in the circus.
Well, we did say that we would revisit the blacksmith shop to talk to the employees.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I guess let's go to the blacksmiths, and maybe along the way we can kind of gauge how popular this circus is and see if we can see like a rich person there.
Yes. That sounds great.
As we leave the area, I assume there's like random people around who saw all the commotion, and Tyler's very like
Uh,
boastfully like giving like winks and like, yeah, I did that.
I'm kind of like behind him. It's like all in the favor of all with the glory of Lord Quackers. Lord Quackers gave him this strength and dexterous action.
And while he's doing that, Storm's going to hand out pamphlets to the people.
I'm like prestidigitating like a shower of sparkles and fireworks as we go.
Prestidigitations of feathers.
Yeah, and I've got the quacking noise is a steady beat of quacking.
It's like quack, quack.
We're like a little parade.
Yeah, we are not being stealthy. Everyone is gonna know who we are.
What is subtlety?
I mean, so there's a lot of people that have gathered around. There's people are applauding all like you all, as that was an impressive display of wrangling those bears, and a few of them do seem genuinely interested in this Lord Quacker's business. They seem like genuinely interested, and so you think you might manage to sway people to come to the temple.
As you can see, that was so easy for our champion Tyler Trueshot. As much as water flows off a duck's back, so easy.
Every once in a while, as I see someone who looks like super interested, I let a little quack go in their mind.
They're just like all freaking out whenever that happens. But yes, there's definitely some people that are like, Lord, what? No, and they like kind of brush it off. But you definitely feel as though you have maybe gotten some more followers of Lord Quackers.
We did the prophet thing. Score.
Maybe we won't starve.
Tyler, go ahead and take an inspiration for the bear riding business.
Woo!
But yes, so do y'all head towards the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Yes.
Head towards Joffrey Blacksmith,
Mhm.
owner of the Gold and Silver Smithery. Perfect. All right, so as you manage to make your way away from the sort of the central courtyard of the city, people are still applauding as you're walking away. And as you're walking, people seem to kind of point and like whisper amongst themselves as though news is traveling very quickly. But you get to the blacksmith shop. Doesn't take very long. About a little less than an hour to get there. And you see it's still open. It seems a little less busy than it did this morning when you first got there, but yeah. What do y'all do?
I'm gonna go and talk to Joffrey.
Mm-hmm. I walk in as well, and I'm like, we're back.
Perfect. All right. When you walk in, you see just a hubbub of people going around, and Joffrey is kind of he's going around talking to various customers, and when he sees you all, he kind of like perks up a little bit, and he kind of like pardons the person he's talking to, and then comes over to y'all and says, perfect, thank you. I know you wanted to talk to some of my employees, yes?
Yes.
All right,
That is
perfect.
correct.
I will go and summon all of them to the back room. Please go and wait in my office, and I'll send each. Do you want to talk to them all at once or one at a time?
One at a time.
All right, perfect.
I actually wanted to talk to you in private whenever we get the chance, Joffrey.
Oh, certainly. We can talk before I send in my employees. Do you want it to be just you and I?
Yeah, just me and you.
Okay, certainly. The rest of you, please go ahead and wait in my office if you would.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And he kind of like motions for you to kind of follow him to what looks like a storage room kind of thing off to the side. Now, do all of you actually go? Do the rest of you go to his office, or what do the rest of y'all do?
Yeah, I do what I'm told.
I'm gonna go towards the office, but also like kind of poke my head around whatever we're passing.
Gotcha.
I'm going to the office and I'm keeping an eye on both of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the office, but like I'm gonna stand like at the door to the back room so I can keep an eye on the shop and A's and Dolf.
I'm going to leave Casper to kind of hang out in the room with Dolf and Joffrey.
I'm fully in the office, not listening at all.
All right, Dolph, go ahead and make a perception check to see if you notice Casper.
I mean, it's fine. He can be on my shoulder for all I care.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, you definitely. If you want,
He's there.
you're entirely up to you whether or not you wish Casper to join you or not.
I'm just like, go on.
Solid. Perfect. All right, so so Joffrey takes you into the back room, and says, "Now, what did you wish to talk about?"
So, okay, so let's get. We have like a couple leads. But what can you tell me about the races?
He kind of looks at you quizzically. He says, "Well, I told you about as much as I knew, but I mean, I told you about them already. What more do you need to know?"
We may need to infiltrate to get a little bit more information.
Well, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to know where the races are happening?
Where and when's the next race that is happening, if you know that much?
He kind of like pokes his head out of the door again and like closes it again, making sure no one's like listening in. Says, "The races happen about 15 miles to the northwest. There's a place, it's called the Grove. It is anything but that. It is a pit that's been dug out of this bizarre. It changes every race. It's as if the track moves and shifts, or whoever's doing the thing with it and running it is somehow manages to change the whole track between each one. Though it does take some time. The races are only about once a month. You did not hear this from me. The next one is in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Again, did not hear that from me.
Of course. Client confidentiality.
All right.
Also, how do you feel about hammers that shoot explosive projectiles?
Hammer gun?
What?
It just came to me in a dream once that it was just like, it would be really cool if like I had a hammer that like I swing at people and then like it pushes them away and I could just flip it around or something and then shoot like some kind of explosive at them, or like when I hit them, some explosion happens to them. It's just prototype idea. I may have gotten into my own supply of good berries, but
He actually, while you're talking, he kind of looks very confused for the most part. But then as you talk, he actually you kind of see a light bulb go off in his head. And he says, actually,
you're seeing, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
No, I have something better. I don't know about the whole you want it to you're thinking you want it to shoot something as if it was like a crossbow as well as a hammer?
Yes.
That certainly that would be very difficult to do, but I have a different idea that I think you will like.
Ooh.
I'll need the rune crafter again. So if you have the coin, this certainly can be possible. But you'll need the coin for it. As again, the rune crafters are pricey.
How much are we thinking? Just so I can budget that, I gotta budget it, I gotta be very mindful of my budget, I just need to know where I can where I need to, expand or decline in my investments,
Well, what I'm thinking of, let me tell you my idea.
Yes.
The rune crafters, I've talked to, again, the one that came and worked on the sword. I managed to have a discussion with them, and I asked about various implementations of various runes, and they have one that when it's a rune that normally they place it on just a surface, and anything that touches that rune is immediately blown back, as if an explosion occurred. And you talking gave me an idea of perhaps what if that rune was placed at the end of a hammer. So whenever you made contact, that rune would go off, and if it was done right, it should not affect the wielder, but it would cause whoever you hit to just.
I like it.
Now, you're looking at a starting price of 3,000 gold pieces.
Okay. All right.
That's just my estimate. Again, it depends on the rune would probably have to be very fine-tuned, as normally it's on a still surface. It's normally used as a defense mechanism sort of thing. But this is a much more offensive implementation of that. So it's certainly upwards of 3,000. Is my
Gotcha. All right.
So I can't get started on it until I have a good portion of that at the very least.
I will get back to you on that. I just want to spitfire some ideas. Maybe you get the old cog in the brains, going. I will get back to you when I have the investment.
All right,
for
very
sure.
Well. That certainly I might get started on it myself, just to maybe have a prototype potential, because I'm certain I could find someone else who has that money available. So, but we'll see. Yes, come back with money, and we can certainly begin working on it for sure.
Oh yes.
I'll get in touch with that rune crafter, and hopefully they can give me more accurate pricing.
Indeed.
Is there anything else you needed?
No, just send your employees to the office, and we'll talk to them.
All right, perfect. I'll send them right on in. And he opens the door and walks you to the office, and then walks back out. So you'll have a moment to talk if any of you y'all want to ask any questions or anything like that.
I want to point out that when I got into the office, I kind of closed my eyes and listened to all of this through Casper's senses.
While they were having that conversation, did Storm notice anything happening in the shop that might have stood out to her? Like somebody skulking around? Anybody being sneaky?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Not me, I swear.
18.
Okay. For the most part, you just notice, normal customers just going about looking at stuff, looking at the various pieces of armor, jewelry, weapons that are strewn about the store. You do notice one individual, a small gnome, that appears to just be looking not at the things like the merchandise, but more at the people looking at the merchandise, like scoping them out. So you notice they're not actively looking at a purchase, but at the people.
Okay.
So that is the only thing that stands out to you.
All right. I am, instead of going into the office with the rest, I'm going to keep an eye on him. And when they go outside, Storm is going to follow them.
All right. Noted. All right. So for those of you who are in the office, first person to get sent in is Cassius. One of the tall dragonborn men that was working in the back. There was 5 employees total, if you recall. And the Dragonborn gets sent back. And he introduces himself as Cassius. And he says, what questions did you have for me?
Can you remind us really fast? Oh gosh, there's echoes. Can you remind us when this robbery happened?
It happened last night, literally the night before.
Okay, that's what I thought. And as far as we know, only Joffrey, that's his name, right, has access to the building. He has to let everybody in, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Where were you the night of the crime?
He seems very taken aback, but he kind of nods and he says, well, the night of the crime, I was at home. I had gone home early. I had had a long day. I'd been one of the first to get into work that day, yesterday, and I just had worked hard. I'd done a lot. I had made many shields. That's my specialty. My specialty is I am definitely the best shield maker aside from Joffrey, of course. He's the master of everything. But out of the rest of my coworkers, I'm the best shield maker. But I'd made about 3 shields that day, which was a lot. I just I make lots of shields, and so that's my specialty. And he is clearly pretty flustered as he's like repeating himself. But he says, but I'd gone home and I just started some light reading that night. I had picked up a book and I was just at home reading that, and I went to bed at a reasonable time as we have to get up early to be here at work.
Do you live alone?
Yes, I do.
So no one can prove that you were at home all night?
No, I will say that no one that I'm aware of. I have neighbors. They can tell you I came home, and no one probably saw me leave as I leave very early. But I said hi to one of my neighbors, Garthen. He goes by Garth, but his name's Garthen. He's one of my neighbors. He lives just next to me. He saw me come home, and that's the best I can do. I know that sounds sketch, but I swear to you, I just went home and I did some light reading.
What did you read?
I read he's kind of stumbles. You can kind of tell his. Go ahead and give me just a perception check for those who are in there.
14.
16.
9.
21.
Okay, so everyone's
Perception
like
or insight?
Perception.
Yeah, it's great. 21.
So all of you can tell that underneath his scales, he actually kind of blushes a little bit. But he says, "I was reading the Woodworking Man. It's a book on carpentry. Yeah.
I haven't heard about that one. Could you tell me a little bit about what it?
Can I roll insight?
I wanted to roll insight too.
Yeah. Go ahead. But he tells you, and he again kind of, you can with that perception check, still kind of panicky. He's like, I was just learning how to make a table because I'm good with shields, so a lot of woodworking there, and I just wanted to try my hand in carpentry."
That's gonna be a 16.
Oh, tie! Ooh, jinx!
I'm gonna roll as well. I don't believe him at all. Oh, that is a natural 20.
Perfect. Well, definitely, Tyler. I assume you don't try. You're not, because you didn't notice anything was off. But the rest of you can definitely tell he's lying. He is definitely. He's not lying about reading a book. You can tell that much, but he's definitely lying about what the book was.
So why don't you want to tell us what you were reading there?
What are you talking about? I was just reading the Woodworking Man. I wasn't. That's the only kind of books I read.
Oh, is it now? Because I do believe that you are lying to us. It's
Look,
just gonna be.
look,
It's to
man.
your benefit to tell the truth, even if it's embarrassing. This is a judgment-free zone here.
Just let me know straight up. Are you writing a book? Are you writing your own fantasy? Are you writing your own fantasy right now?
He sighs. He's clearly giving up this whole lie of what he's reading. It's like, no, I'm not writing anything. I'm just reading. I guess the best term to use is smut. And he like clearly he kind of like shrinks a little bit. He's like his scales like he's a bronze dragonborn, but like he's like starting to look more like a rust colored as his scales are like actually changing. He's so embarrassed. I'm reading smut. Okay, that's what I'm reading.
I rest my case.
as I am a halfling, I put my hand on his knee. I'm just like, live your truth, man. Live your truth.
Tyler's giggling like a little schoolboy.
He's just like nodding, like knowingly.
Well, I believe that's all we. I'm gonna ask in my head before I say this. Or do we want to ask any further questions? I feel like he wouldn't have told us that if he wasn't actually doing it. Like, I feel like we probably believe him now.
Good day, sir.
Okay, good day. And he like kind of
I'm just like, doesn't it feel to let it out, man? Doesn't it feels good to let it out? Admit your truth and just, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
What was this guy's name again?
His name was Cassius.
Cool.
He's like, thanks. And he like looks somewhat less embarrassed, but he's still like his face is clearly like still pretty red. But he walks out.
I forgot to give him a pamphlet.
Next person to walk in is a halfling man, and he walks in and he says, "Oh well, my name is Loxley. What can I do for you? I understand you have some questions for me."
Did you say Roxley or Loxley?
Loxley with an L.
Loxley.
Roxley is my father.
Loxley.
Do you have a sister named Soxy?
No, my sister's name is well, Anna.
There was a very good theme here.
Well, I don't think that is pertinent to this interrogation. What were you doing last night, Loxley?
Well, I simply was out late. I will admit. I've got a fairly good alibi. I was with friends. We went out. We went drinking, as one is wont to do. Really, and just go to a bar and just drink a lot.
And your friends, can you provide us with names so we can corroborate this alibi?
Yes. So, one of my friends his name is Thralgor, or we just call him Gore. It's a lot easier that way. Then there's also Leo. And we were going to meet with a friend of ours, Laura, but she never showed. I don't know what happened.
Really? Is
Yes.
she also a halfling?
No, she is just a human. I'm the only Gore is another halfling.
Is
But,
it like her to not show?
Oh, not normal, but it's not unheard of. You know, sometimes things happen and we can't get in touch with each other once everyone's out and about. So, and I haven't been off work long enough to check on her or anything like that. So,
Do you share much of your work with your friends? Do you tell them details, things like that when you're inebriated?
no. Normally, when we're inebriated, we're getting away from work. It's we're not really keen on talking about our work lives. More just hanging out and getting drinks.
So what do you talk about?
Well, we talk about current affairs usually. We did talk about the robberies that have occurred. We talk about just the various things that we've gotten to do, or some interesting people that came into town. Like my friend Leo, he saw a Goliath come into town the other day, which we normally never see those.
And at what time did you head home?
Oh, about 1 o'clock.
You say you saw a Goliath come into town?
Indeed.
Like a giant?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, I should clarify. I did not see it. My friend Leo saw it. He is a guard by the gates. He sees many an interesting person walk by, and this Goliath happened to be coming in today. Well, yes.
And what type of work do you do here, Loxley?
Oh, my specialty is daggers and rapiers, and the more quick weapons. I'm not so much with those long broadswords or anything like that. I focus on the quick, precise weapons that are made here.
And did you meet the runes crafter when they came to put the runes on the sword?
No, no one else was allowed to be in the workspace except for Joffrey. He was the only one that was allowed in. The rest of us were told to not come in that day.
Can I just roll insight to see if I get a general sense of him like telling the truth or not?
Sure.
Hold on. Ugh, it's an 8.
I mean, yeah, you definitely don't feel like he's lying.
Yeah, well.
Can I also roll insight?
Sure, go right ahead.
On natural 20.
Okay. You definitely feel like he's telling the truth. He might have fibbed like exactly like what his friend saw, but you think maybe he didn't believe his friend actually saw Goliath. You just think maybe his friend was just lying just to have a good story, but he like wanted to add more to his alibi, so he just added that fact in, but he still doesn't think that's actually true. So, but that's about it. You definitely think he's on the level otherwise.
Okay. I'm done with my interrogation. If anyone else has questions.
Do you know what else? Have anything for me?
No.
What is one last question? What is your relationship with your coworkers here?
Oh, it's very tight. We often, maybe once a week, at maybe during the weekends when the shop is closed at the end of the week, we all go out for drinks. Typically, Joffrey joins us for a little bit. We all hang out and chat. But I mean, I've known these people for years. I mean, the most recent addition is going to be Elohim. She was the most recent addition, but she's still been here for about a year now.
So you trust everyone? You believe them to be stand-up citizens?
Yes, I definitely would not believe that any one of these individuals would ever try to steal a weapon from this store. Joffrey treats us too well.
So you make good money here?
Yeah, yes, I would say so. It's rather lucrative. I'm especially good at what I do, so.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Sweet. As he leaves, we're gonna cut over to Storm. Storm, you notice this the gnome man. He walked by some of the people checking out some stuff, and as soon as he gets past them, he kind of turns and goes down the one of the different aisle and heads for the door to leave.
Okay, Storm's gonna head towards the door using like a different path so it doesn't look like she's directly following him. Just that she's happening to leave at the same time.
Okay, gotcha. So you're not trying to stop him as he leaves, correct?
As soon as he's out of the door, she wants to approach him.
Okay. So you both walk out roughly the same time. He's like 10 feet ahead of you. And y'all are outside of the store. How do you try to approach him?
Excuse me, sir.
He kind of turns a little bit and he like makes eye contact with you and he like
Yeah, you.
and he like kind of looks around and he stops and he looks at you, what can I help you with?
Hi, my name's Storm. Have you heard of the robberies that have been occurring recently?
Well, I mean, that's fairly common knowledge at this point, yes. I feel like most everyone in the city's heard about these robberies.
Yes, of course. I couldn't help but notice you were paying particular attention to those in the shop instead of the items in the shop. Might you tell me why you're so interested in the patrons?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
$19.
Cool. You just kind of notice him like slowly kind of put his hand in his pocket. Like it's just a very casual looking movement, but it with that perception check, you definitely can tell it's deliberate. It says, I don't know what you mean.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and reach into that pocket.
Okay. Since you're doing it so quick, I'll just say you're able to reach in and like with Mage Hand, you can feel Mage Hand grab something.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it out of his pocket and then just like whatever it is, like will float in front of him.
Okay. In the pocket, you see a small potion. If you want to, you could give me an Arcana check if you want to kind of figure out what it is.
Yeah. What is my modifier? +1. Okay, so 19.
Oh, okay, yeah. You were definitely able to tell that this is a potion of invisibility.
I'm going to have the Mage Hand bring it to my real hand and say, now you see, this is interesting. Potion of invisibility. Sketchy little man watching all of the patrons in a shop. I'm working closely with the god. I recommend that you cooperate with me rather than me getting my liaisons involved.
Fine. Just take everything. And he pulls out various bits of jewelry and coin pouches that it's pretty clear he just pickpocketed. Like he straight up just snatched these from the people inside. Pretty obvious he's not like trying to scope out the people who might be looking for the store. He's just straight up trying to pickpocket people and make money that way. And he just takes everything. He just he empties his pockets and just gives you everything back. It's like, can I at least have that potion back? It took me a month to work on.
Oh, Storm puts that directly into her bag and says, absolutely not. It's the price for me not giving your name over to the god.
I never did tell you my name.
Description's just as good.
Very well. And he just kind of turns and he just kind of sulks off. But you now have a potion of invisibility.
Storm wants to look at all of the stuff that he had pickpocketed.
It's really just a bunch of decorative bits. I mean, all in all, you find about, let's see, how many gold pieces do you find, roughly?
Exactly $3,000 worth of 3,000 gold worth.
No, you only find about 93 gold pieces in total, and jewelry amounting up to roughly, no, that's not right. About 47 gold pieces. So some good stuff that would sell, but I mean, pretty clear it was just whatever he could, whatever pocket he could get his hand into, that's what he took out of it.
All right, Storm's going to keep the gold pieces and pocket those. And then she's going to go into the store and kind of proclaim to everyone while holding out the different jewelry items and say, has anybody lost anything?
People kind of look at you, see the jewelry holder, and start looking at their arms, and they're touching around their necks as if they lost stuff. And they multiple people kind of come out and say, "Oh, yes, that's my necklace. How did you?" And a few other people are like, "Oh, that's my bracelet. That's my ring," and so on and so forth.
After everybody grabs all of their things, Storm's going to say, by the grace of Lord Quackers, I was able to catch the thief as he was leaving the store.
Thank you so much. And where is the temple for this, Lord Quackers?
Do you know where the Chicken God's temple is?
Oh, but of course, it's only the most...
Two down to the left.
Perfect. Thank you. And they kind of bow, and they seem very thankful that they have a deity to appreciate. As obviously y'all have gotten the feel from the city, that's a very, very religious city. There's a lot of different gods worshipped here.
Storm's going to hand them each a pamphlet and say, if you would like to come by to give thanks, myself and the fellow priest will be there later this evening.
Perfect. Thank you. And again, they all kind of bow, and they just kind of go. Some of them go back to shopping. Some of them just leave. But yes.
Can't believe this campaign is becoming a social commentary on religion. Oh boy.
And y'all are just evangelicals. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Now that guy is gone, Storm's going to enter the office for the remaining interviews.
Perfect.
Before the next person comes in, I'm gonna turn to everyone and just be like, I don't know if we're gonna get anything from these guys. These guys seem pretty loyal to Joffrey. I mean, the only person that seems that wouldn't have as much loyalty as the new person, but even then, it seems like they have a whole trust thing going on.
But you'd think that someone who really knows Joffrey would know exactly how to pull off a crime like this. So you never know.
Yeah, we don't. Even if someone is extremely loyal to Joffrey, if this maybe the bandit held some, like, blackmailed them into helping him out. I don't think that any of them are the actual bandits, but they may have been forced into helping them in some way.
That is true. I'm just getting a lot of good vibes here. Like, there's a lot of good hospitable vibes going on. This is a good workplace. Like, if I were to give this job a review on Elf Yelp, I think they would have like a 5 star. Like, if I was going to go onto Scrolled In, they would have a lot of good employee like reviews on it. Like, I feel like there'd be a lot of good things going on here.
I do agree with you. But I feel like I can't leave without asking a few more questions.
Scrolled In, by the way, is just someone just goes out into the middle of the town with a scroll, and they just be like, they're just like, the blacksmith, they're doing great. They are hiring. They're hiring. You get great benefit. They go out every Friday.
Perfect. At about this time, the next employee comes in, and this one introduces herself as Aelwyn, the elf that Loxley had before mentioned, saying that she's the most recent addition. She'd been there about a year.
So it's not Eloine, as you initially told us?
However I pronounce it. Eloine. I couldn't quite. I have it written down, but it's weird how it's spelled. So Eloine. Kind of like Halloween, but without it's L instead of half. Eloine. All right. She walks in. She says, what can I do for you? She seems very very calm. She seems very mild-natured. She's kind of shy. Kind of seems very shy, and definitely does not like having the amount of attention all of you are giving her. She's that much y'all can just tell right off the bat.
Is there a place for her to sit?
There is a chair in front of the desk that y'all are all kind of behind.
Okay, so I take a seat behind the desk and I motion for her to sit at the desk.
Oh, okay. And she sits. Again,
Okay.
So I'm going to stand behind her so she has less eyes staring at her.
Go ahead and give me a performance check for that. Just
why?
Just give me a performance check of
No.
standing. You'll see.
Okay.
I'm like peeking around Storm, just like glaring at her back.
Okay, performance is so that's an 11.
Okay. You come off more intimidating as you're just giant centaur,
She's
just
large.
like standing behind. Like as you move behind her, you can clearly see she shrinks even smaller.
Storm's gonna sit down and like lay down to try to make herself less imposing.
Okay, yes, that works well enough. She's like is definitely intimidated, but as you sit down, it's like clear that all right, she's just moving to have a better place to sit.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation and just have like some lavender and vanilla go off in the air. Just, just some soothing smells. Just
Do you want any bread? I think one of us has bread on us.
No, he lost all the bread.
Yeah. We got it confiscated.
Oh, my bread.
It was confiscated at the museum.
I'm sorry, we don't have any bread.
I'm still glaring at her.
There's some more bread in the Duck Temple, though, just so you know.
Good to know.
So, Eloine, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here?
Oh, yes. I work on the larger weapons, the war axes, the broadswords, the war hammers, and such. And even for an elf, y'all can tell she's pretty short. Um, she's definitely doesn't have that sort of grace that normal most elves kind of exhibit. Um, and it's definitely like you can definitely from the halfling and the dragonborn they all met, they're like jacked. She's still pretty skinny, and it's strange that she would be working on these massive weapons, and that is her specialty.
So how did you get your start in weaponry?
Um, well, uh, I have been doing it for a long time. I've just I've found it fascinating and interesting, and so I started getting into it. I've been doing it for about 30 years at this point.
So, where were you before you came to this establishment?
Oh, well, I actually traveled quite a great distance. I came from the country of Orleans. That's, but very much, it's down to the southeast of the country. I'm sure you've heard of it. And you have, you know, this is actually like one of the most southern countries of this, like, of this continent. Like, that is a hefty distance that she has traveled to get to here. Like that's a almost a year-long journey.
That is quite the way to come here. What brought you all the way here?
Well, I just wanted a change, and I was not happy, and so I decided to travel. And I have made many friends along the way and had a great time. And I learned more of the craft of forging and weapon making, and I simply just I found this town, and Joffrey was needed someone to come in and work, and I offered my services. And the first sword I made, he said it was the best he'd seen in years. Next to himself, of course, he's the most talented. But and he hired me on the spot, and I've been here for about a year now.
So you didn't help with creating the sword that has gone missing?
Oh no, no, of course not.
Mm. And you did not meet the runes.
The rune
What are
crafter.
they? Crafter.
No, no.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yes, you can.
16.
She's lying.
Cool.
You
I
definitely
actually-
like. There's like, even though her voice has got a quiver, you notice the quiver like changing pitch. Like
Interesting.
that's your tell. Like she is not really looking at y'all to begin with. Like she's clearly been like her level of shyness has been like keeping her away, but like she even looks further away a little bit and quivers a little bit more when you ask that question.
I do also. I have a question. When the rune crafters do come in, do they mostly just interact with Joffrey, or do they interact with each of you depending on which weapon it is?
And they only ever interact with Joffrey. They never ask us questions. As Joffrey's the master, he can make anything we can make, but better. He just simply does not have the time or the energy to make as much as he needs to with owning the store and everything. So that's why he's assigned each one of us a specific area to fill. But no, they don't. When the rune crafters come, we are told not to come in that day.
So what did you do that day?
I stayed home. I stayed at home with my dogs. I just decided to have a nice calm day to myself.
Hmm. Is she? Can I tell she's lying about this too? Since I already. Or do I need to roll again? Mm-hmm. So what did the runes crafter look like?
At this point, I think Storm would pick up that Lyra doesn't necessarily trust what she's saying. She's asking enough around the bush questions. Storm is going to stand up and kind of like flex a bit, purposely trying to intimidate her at this point.
All right, go ahead and give me an intimidation check then.
As I see Storm get up and do this.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Oh, never mind.
Are you good?
I was gonna increase the
Do
pressure.
something to give me advantage. But...
Okay. No. What I was gonna do was look at Eloise and in her mind go, they know you're lying.
All right. That with that in the nat 20, like it's clear that she just like shrivels up almost, and her voice gets so quiet. She's like,
Storm's going to very loudly, and she's going to lower her voice more than it normally is, and she's going to say, "Speak up and don't lie to me."
Okay. I did meet the rune crafter, and I also think I know where the thieves have gone.
Then why do you not want to tell us?
Because it would put a bad name on Joffrey. It just, the more news that gets out, I don't.
So
But that's the purpose of why we're here. We're trying to find out where this
are you
is.
saying that Joffrey is the reason the sword is missing?
No, of course
No?
not. It's not his fault. He truly has no idea how it happened. I don't know how it happened. I saw the rune crafter this morning. And
Oh. Where?
they outside the shop. I was the first to arrive this morning waiting for Joffrey, and the rune crafter was here. They knew it was stolen. They could tell. They had it's something to do with their magic. They can tell when it's the sword.
Did the runecrafter meet with Joffrey?
No, the runecrafter left before Joffrey got there. The runecrafter just said to me, he said, these are his words. I don't have time to stay, but I believe the thieves, whoever took the sword, went mountains. That's the base I'm getting. I will not. I'm going to do my best to go retrieve it. And they left. That's all I know. I figured I would wait for them to get back. They're the rune crafter. They'll certainly be powerful enough to take care of the situation. So I didn't want to say anything.
And what did this rune crafter look like? Did you get a name?
I did not get a name. I could tell based off of the robes they were wearing. He just looked like a very old elf man.
I mean, I think this is good enough any information as any to kind of jump onto.
Is there anything else you're not telling us?
Just something about the base of the mountains. That's all I know. He was kind of mumbling to himself a lot. I promise. I swear. That's all I know. It's something about the base of the mountains.
And why did you not share this information with Joffrey immediately?
Because I was scared I would get fired.
For what? For passing on a message?
I panicked. The sword was gone. I was the first to arrive, and I just say the runecrafter showed up and said the sword was gone and then went to the mountains. I couldn't know for sure that was the runecrafter. I'm not sure that was the runecrafter, but I guess it was. He said he was. I assume that's the only reason he knew that it had been stolen.
I'm going to walk up to Eloise. I put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm going to be like, it's okay. You did well for telling us now. And I'm going to cast Calm Emotions. I'm about to check. I mean, this kind of happens in a 20-foot radius, so it's gonna happen to everybody.
We're all gonna be super chill.
Everyone's gonna
Spreading them
chill.
good vibes.
So everyone needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Oh, well, I crit failed.
You can choose to fail if you.
I got a nat
What do we
one.
need?
You said it was charisma.
Yeah, charisma saving throw.
Can I, as this is happening, like in her mind, she just hears, yes, good. Lord Quackers is pleased.
Perfect.
Storm got a 14.
That does not pass.
Okay.
Then I
I
also
got
failed. I got an
a-
11.
I got a 17.
All right. I mean, you're chilling. You've been chilling this whole time. So.
She also failed.
All right.
And she kind of breathes and just is calm. The hippie vibes are spreading. She's feeling good now. And she says, well, I am sorry that I did not share this information more or as soon as I had it, but I was scared. I am sorry.
It's all right. We're trying to help, and you have helped us in giving that information. I'm going to let you know that it would be totally rad if you should tell Joffrey this. I'm sure Joffrey won't be mad or anything. I'm sure you just need to tell him, hey, I just remembered. I remember seeing someone that looked like the Rune Crafter just hanging around in here. And that Quacker's investigations, they know this information. We're gonna handle it. So we're just all chill, right, guys? I look at everyone. I forgot that it just goes around everyone. So everyone is just as chill as me, except for I don't know what Tyler's just sitting in the corner.
Storm is going to uncharacteristically, she's laying back down and like doing this with her hair. Like she's just vibing.
Storm's nat 20 intimidation really shook Tyler, and he's still like pretty nervous.
She's a scary 7-foot tall centaur.
And
Be
then
intimidating if she needs to.
Here comes this 4'3" halfling, just like, hey, chill out. Everyone chill.
At this point, can everyone give me perception checks?
Nat 20.
No.
10.
It almost rolled a 20 and then it flipped to a 2.
That's an 11.
It's a 10 total.
Dirty 20.
I'm sorry, 11 total.
Okay. So, Lyra, what did you get?
10.
10. Okay. So the only people that hear this are Tyler and Storm. You hear the kind of a commotion going on outside of the office, kind of more in like it sounds like it's coming from outside the building. As you like, it sounds like something has kind of landed outside, and there's some sort of commotion going on.
Storm's gonna run outside.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna get his rope ready and be like, I think I hear more bears, and he's gonna run outside.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm just gonna. Eloise is like, thank you for your time. Just go talk to Joffrey. I'm sure he'll understand. And then we're on the case now. Thanks.
I also hand her a pamphlet. Be like,
Oh yeah.
Lord Quackers. It will be good for your nerves.
All right, sweet. So you all rush outside. She's kind of like, what? As like all of y'all just run out. But you all run outside and you see on the ground is a giant, just like landed right outside of the blacksmith shop. There is a giant eagle that has landed. It's like sprawled. Like it looks like it's missing feathers. It's bleeding. It looks like maybe one of its wings is broken. Right before your eyes, you watch it shift and morph as it changes into a person. And you all see a old elven man dressed in some very thick, heavy robes, bleeding and unconscious before you. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Well, crap.
So that's a good place to stop. So thank you everyone who joined us for this live stream, and thank you everyone who's watching on YouTube right now, if you are, for when this actually goes up tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for my players. Y'all are excellent. This was a great session. I feel like this is.
I don't think we're going to the circus, guys.
I don't think so either.
I don't think we're going to the circus tonight.
Well,
There he is.
Those bears are gonna have to be rescued another day. But that one bear will be mine. Dolf will get a bear.
Hey,
Dolf will get a gun hammer if it's the last thing he'll do.
Wait, isn't it a hammer gun?
It's an exploding hammer.
Because you said gun hammer, but it's hammer gun, right?
This one is a hammer gun because guns don't exist yet.
Right.
Hey, we still have a few hours before the circus. Come on, don't be.
You think we could crush this in a couple hours? Bold.
It says her priorities on straight. It's just.
I'm already down like 3 spells.
All right. Well, that'll be it for tonight. Thank you guys, everyone. And join us next time. I hope to see y'all. So everyone have a wonderful night. Fairly well.
Good night.
Bye.